Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to our course Fight with Therapy, and welcome to our eighth lecture of this course, the title Modern Nutrition. It is worth mentioning that this lecture is designed for fifth year pharmacy student, faculty of pharmacy, and even university. At the beginning, nutrition is known as a science that study how organism or the living organism consume and utilize nutrient. And the concept or the term modern nutrition goes beyond the large or the broader scope of nutrition science, which integrate the classical deficiency prevention, which applied by nutrition or classical nutrition, and emphasize how preventing chronic diseases and how to manage them, beside the personalization and sustainability of nutrition. In order to differentiate between or to spotlight or highlight the importance of modern nutrition, a number of important concepts and outlines will be discussed in this topic, including the concept of nutritional essentiality, and the relation between modern nutrition and other science, mainly including medicine, microbiology, physiology, and food science, or which is known as bromatology. And another important outlines go through important and commonly used terms in modern nutrition, and we discuss about 18 important terms commonly used in modern nutrition, such as the term food, nutrient, adequate food, junk food, and empty kilocalorie food, and so on. So welcome to our lecture, and we will go through interesting concept and outlines and terminology in this broad and important topic in nutrition and health, with the title Modern Nutrition. The objectives of modern nutrition lecture involve the following point. Number one, to understand the foundations of modern nutrition science, and this involves tracing its historical evolution from the beginning concept, the deficiency prevention, to the recent concept, which involve chronic disease management. And the second point in understanding the foundation of modern nutrition science is to recognize key milestones or the key achievements that achieved in modern nutrition, such as discovery of vitamins and establishment of RDA's concept, which means recommended dietary allowances. The second objective of the lecture is to define the core concept in nutrition, and in order to get the clear understanding of concept of nutrition, we need to explain the definition of nutrition and modern nutrition. Also, we need to distinguish between classical nutrition and modern approaches, emphasizing on food quality, dietary pattern, and sustainability. Objective number 3 to explain the concept of nutritional essentiality and to identify essential and non-essential nutrient. Besides, another important terminology in nutritional essentiality is conditionally essential nutrient. Also, in order to explain the concept of nutritional essentiality, we need to understand how essentiality was established through early experiment. Number 4, or the objective number 4 of this lecture is to apply the criteria of essentiality, and this involves to describe the scientific standard used to classify nutrients as essential, and we need to relate deficiency symptoms to nutrient absence and intake level. The fifth objective of this lecture, modern nutrition, involves recognizing pharmacologic effect of nutrient and to discuss how certain nutrients act as therapeutic agent in large doses. An example of this therapeutic agent or pharmacologic nutrient including nicotinic acid, tryptophan, and magnesium. The sixth objective of lecture is to explore the relationship between nutrition and other sciences. And in this point, we highlight overlap with medicine, toxicology, and public health, beside understanding how diets affect disease causation and prevention, or understand the diet's role in disease causation and prevention. The seventh objective of this topic is to master important nutrition terminologies that which has commonly used in nutrition science, including the definition of food, diet, nutrient, nutrition science, nutrition requirement, nitrogen balance, calories, malnutrition, metabolism, dietetics, and nutritional genomics, and etc. The eighth objective of lecture to evaluate nutritional status and dietary adequacy. And in this point, we differentiate between adequate diet and junk food, and we will assess nutritive value and caloric contribution of foods. And the main objective of this lecture is to appreciate the broader implications of nutrition, and in this 9 point, we will consider social, cultural, economic, psychological, and psychological dimensions of food and eating. Also, we will recognize nutrition role in health promotion and disease prevention. Another important outlines in this lecture involve the evolution of modern nutrition, starting from 1747, when James Lind discovered scurvy, or conducted scurvy experiment with citrus fruit, and in 1932, the isolation of vitamin C, which is considered the birth of modern nutrition science, and then the discovery of causes or cures for deficiency diseases such as Beriberi, pellagra, rickets, and night blindness. In 1941, the first RDS during National Nutrition Conference on Defense, and RDS means recommended dietary allowances, and in 1970s onward, the focus on chronic diseases such as CVD, obesity, diabetes, and cancer. And lastly, in 1980, the dietary guidelines were established, and including nutrient focused recommendation. The first outline of modern nutrition lecture is deficiency diseases, and in this outline we spotlight on historical concept of nutrient deficiencies and provide example of deficiency diseases such as scurvy, Beardbury, pellagra, rickets, and night blindness. And in outline number 6, we spotlight on the concept of nutritional essentiality, which include certain nutrients are indispensable for survival and health, and must be obtained from diet. An example of essential nutrient, essential amino acid, fatty acid, vitamins, and minerals. And actually, the essentiality or the nutritional essentiality established less than 100 years ago, which can be considered as a new concept. And in this point also, we discuss the concept of essential versus non-essential nutrients. In outline number 7, establishing essentiality. And in this point, in 1906, Wilcock and Hopkins discovered that tryptophan prolongs survival in mice, which considered amino acid tryptophan essential for prolonging the life of mice in their experiment. And in 1909 and 1930, Osborne and Mendel discovered amino acid lysine and other sulfur-containing amino acids, histidine, are essential for rat. And in outline number 8, we discuss the criteria of essentiality. And as we know, essentiality considered or this nutrient or nutrition is required for growth, health, and essentiality. And the other criteria for essentiality is that the nutrient should be, or the absence can lead to deficiency, disease, or death due to the absence of essential nutrient. And also deficiency prevented only by nutrient itself. And the other or the certain criteria for essentiality, growth response, or the growth response is proportional to nutrient intake, and the actually essential nutrient not specified in the body. And in 1950, more than or approximately 35 nutrients classified as essential. In number 9, we spotlight on the concept of conditional essentiality. And in this point, the nutrient are normally dispensable but required in a special condition. So the conditional essentiality means some nutrients are normally dispensable but required in special condition, especially in illness or in TPN or total parenteral nutrition to stabilize or refeed essential nutrient to the body in case of chronic illness. An example of conditionally essential nutrients include glutamine, arginine, and taurine. And those are actually synthesized by the body, but required in special conditions, especially in severe illness and in case of total parenteral nutrition. The outline number 10, pharmacologic effect of nutrient. And in this outline, nutrient can be functioning or having effect as drug, especially in large doses. An example of pharmacologic nutrient is nicotinic acid, which in large doses result in lowering cholesterol, and tryptophan in large doses can reduce sleep, and magnesium infusion used for treatment of preeclampsia and MI, myocardial infarction. And outline number 11, relationship between nutrition and other science. And in this point, we highlight the overlap of nutrition with medicine, and the overlap between nutrition and medicine involve the use or use of nutrition to understand or to control disease through dietary control, and diet as a causative factor in diseases. Also, we discuss toxicology of some food, which is related to diarrhea and some infectious diseases. In outline number 12, we highlight the important terminologies in nutrients or in nutrition involving food, diet, nutrient, nutrition requirement, nutrition balance, calories, malnutrition, malmetabolism, dietetics, and nutritional genomics. And all these key concepts or the key terminologies commonly used in nutrition science will be explained in details, including food, which can be classified as plant or animal product yielding energy and nutrient, and go through another concepts such as diet, food composition, nutrient, and it ends with nutritive value, which means the nutrient content determined by food analysis. All these terms will be discussed or defined in details in this lecture. From this slide and to the rest of the lecture, modern nutrition, we discuss or we define important terminologies in nutrition, and actually we mention or we spotlight on 18 important terminologies, starting from definition of food and end with nutritional genomic, and also we go through the term or understand the term of dietetics, nutritional value, metabolism, malnutrition, anti-calories, calories, nutritional care, nutritional status, junk food, adequate or adequate diet, nutrition science, and nutrition itself, nutrition requirement, nutritional balance, nutrient, and diet. The food defined as a product derived from plant or animal that can be taken into the body to yield energy and nutrient for maintenance of life, for and essential for growth and repairing tissues. And food is that nourish can be known as materials that nourish the body and are considered is a prerequisite of nutrition. Again, food defined as a product derived from plant or animals taken into body to yield energy and nutrient, which is essential for maintenance of life, growth, and repairing tissues. And in other words, we can summarize food as materials that nourish the body or considered as prerequisite of nutrition. Second important term in nutrition is diet, and diet is known as the sum of food and drink regularly consumed by person or organism, often shaped by cultural, health, or personal preferences. Diet is sum of food and drink regularly consumed by a person or by organism, often shaped cultural, health, or personal preferences. And in nutrition science, diet refers to habitual pattern of eating, the type and amount of food consumed daily, and diet. Example of diet include macronutrient such as carbohydrate, protein, and fat, and micronutrients such as vitamins and mineral, besides water that essential for sustaining the life. So the definition of diet in nutrition science can be known as habitual pattern of eating. Or in other words, the type and amount of food consumed. According to the definition of diet as a habit of taking food, and the food is present from plant or animal, essential for growth and tissue repair. Food can be classified into two main classes: nutrient and other compound. And nutrient include macronutrient and micronutrient, while other compounds include fibers, phytochemicals, pigment, additive, alcohols, and others. The another important term is nutrient. And by definition, nutrient defined as chemical substances obtained from food used in the body to provide energy, structure, material, regulating agent to support growth, maintenance, repair of body tissue, and may also reduce the risk of some diseases. And nutrient classified into two main classes: macronutrient and micronutrient. And macronutrients are nutrients which the body needs in large amount, such as carbohydrate, protein, and fat. And carbohydrate and protein and fat are the main source of energy for human body, so they are considered energy yielding nutrient. While the macronutrient are nutrient needed in lesser amount when compared to macronutrient. An example of macronutrient is vitamins and minerals. So, as a summary of nutrient and relation between nutrient and food, nutrient considered as a part of food because nutrient known as chemical substance obtained from food and having the same function of food. They can provide energy, structured material, or regulating, supporting growth and maintenance or repair of tissues. I classify into two classes also: macronutrient and micronutrient. According to the chemical composition of nutrient, can be classified into two main classes: inorganic nutrient and macroorganic. Inorganic nutrient including minerals and water, while organic, including carbohydrates, lipids, protein, and vitamins. So, in other words, organic nutrient means a chemical substance that compose of carbon atoms or contain carbon atoms, while organic that do not contain these carbon. Another important term is in modern nutrition is essential nutrient. Essential nutrients are defined as nutrients a person must obtain from food because the body cannot make them for itself or insufficient or produce insufficient quantity to meet its physiological needs. So, essential nutrients are a class of nutrients the person must obtain from food because the body cannot synthesize them or can synthesize them but in insufficient quantity. Also, essential nutrient known as indispensable nutrient. An example of essential nutrient include essential amino acids such as lysine and methionine, essential fatty acids such as omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, were essential vitamins such as also essential nutrients such as vitamins and minerals. As stated in the beginning of this topic, nutrition is defined as a science that studies how living organisms consume and utilize nutrients from food and water. The science that studies how the human body or the living organism consume or utilize the nutrients from their sources, from food and water. A nutrient, by definition, it involves ingestion, digestion, absorption, transport, metabolism, and excretion of nutrient. In other words, it involves the complete all processes that the body affect the diet or the nutrient. And in broader definition, nutrition is defined to include social, economical, cultural, psychological implication of food and eating. So, nutrition science by definition involves three main criteria. Involve the study of nutrient and other substances in foods and the body's handling of them. And another criteria, nutrition science, it's considered as foundation, depend on several other sciences including biology, chemistry, physiology, microbiology, and so on. And the third criteria, nutrition science, comprises the body of knowledge governing the food requirement, growth, activity, reproduction, and lactation. Nutritional requirement, another important terminology, is defined as the amount of nutrients which are needed for governing the human need to be healthy depend on sex, age, and few other factors. Nutritional requirement is amount of nutrient which needed by a body to cover human need to be healthy, and it depends on the sex and age of the human and other few factors. This slide we spotlight on two important terminologies: nutrition status and nutritional care. Nutritional status is known as an individual condition of health in relation to digestion and absorption of nutrients. Individual nutritional status is the condition of individual or the health condition of individual in relation to its metabolic processes, mainly ingestion and absorption of nutrient. And on the other hand, nutritional care, defined as application of science of nutrition in nourishing the body regardless of health problem or potential problem. Nutrition care, application of the nutrition science in nourishing the body with regard or regardless to health problems or other potential problems. And the second two important pair of terminologies in modern nutrition is adequate diet and junk food. Adequate diet is adequate diet defined as a diet providing all the needed nutrients in the right total amount. Adequate diet is a diet providing all the needed nutrients in the right total amount, while junk food refers to foods that are harmful. And the harmful food are food rich in calories, which lack macronutrients such as carbohydrate, vitamin, and proteins, or some amino acid and fiber, but has high energy or high calories. So the junk food is a harmful food and it's characterized by high energy content, but lack in some macronutrient such as protein, fats, and carbohydrate. Calorie itself defined as the energy released from carbohydrate, protein, and fat, and can be measured in calories. Calories is a unit of measurement of energy released from macronutrient. And a calorie is the amount of heat necessary to raise temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 Celsius. Definition of calorie is the amount of heat necessary to raise temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree centigrade or by 1 Celsius. And 1000 calorie metric unit are known as kilocalorie and denoted as kcal. 1000 calorie metric unit known as kilocalories. The second important terminology is empty kilocalorie foods, and this is known as a popular term used to denote a food contribute energy from sugar, fat, or both. So empty calorie food are a food contribute energy from mainly sugar, fat, and or both, but lack in protein, vitamins, and minerals. An example of empty calorie food is potato chips and candies, and this is characterized by energy production from sugar and fat, but they lack protein, known as empty calorie food. The term dietetics or dietetic means can be used to describe the health professional who are responsible for application of nutrition science to promote human health and treat diseases. Dietetics, or health professional, is a name for health professional or the person who practice nutrition science to promote human health. While metabolism, defined as the sum of all chemical reactions that take place in body, which it maintains itself produce energy for its function. Metabolism is sum of all chemical reactions that take place inside the living cells or inside the body. And the aim of metabolism or this chemical reaction to maintain itself, produce energy for its function. And nutritional genomics is defined as the science of how nutrients affect the activities of genes and how genes affect interaction between diet and disease. Nutrition science is science of studying how nutrients affect the activity of gene and how gene affect interaction between diet and disease, having two dimensions: effect of nutrient on gene and effect of gene on interaction between diet and disease. Malnutrition, one of important term in having a relevance to nutrition in general or modern nutrition in a specific term, can be classified into two types: undernutrition and overnutrition. And undernutrition is defined as deficient energy or nutrient. And undernutrition symptoms characterized by extremely thin, losing muscles, tissues prone to infection and diseases, skin rashes, hair loss, bleeding, gum, and night blindness. These are symptoms of undernutrition. And overnutrition, defined as excess energy or excess nutrient. And the symptoms of overnutrition include heart disease, diabetes, yellow skin, rapid heart rate, and low blood pressure. The important, the important term in modern nutrition is nitrogen balance. And nitrogen balance, defined as the difference between amount of nitrogen taken into the body each day and the amount of nitrogen in compound lost. And the good understanding of nitrogen balance is explained by the role of protein in the body, which undergo constant turnover, degrade to amino acid and resynthesized. So nitrogen balance defined is the difference between the amount of nitrogen taken into the body daily and amount of nitrogen in compound lost or consumed. Based on the consumption of amount of nitrogen consumed and the amount of nitrogen lost in the body or lost from compound, nutritional balance can be classified into three subclasses. Positive nitrogen balance, and this is defined when more nitrogen is ingested than excreted. Positive nitrogen balance defined when the amount of nitrogen ingested is more than the amount of nitrogen excreted. So the person is said in positive nitrogen balance. Growing individuals such as children and pregnant women is example of human with positive nitrogen balance. The second type is negative nitrogen balance, and this term used when less nitrogen is ingested than excreted, or the amount of nitrogen ingested is less than the amount of nitrogen excreted, and in this case the person or the body is said to be negative nitrogen balance. And person eating either too little protein or protein is deficient in one or more of essential amino acids, and new protein cannot be synthesized and use amino acid will be degraded. Body function will be impaired by the net loss of critical protein. So, example of a person of negative nitrogen balance who is a person who take little or protein insufficient diet. In contrast, number 3, the class number 3, the healthy adults are in nitrogen balance. The ideal healthy adult can be named as in nitrogen balance, not negative, not positive. And in this case, the amount of nitrogen consumed is in the diet equal its loss in urine. The amount of nitrogen in healthy adult, amount of nitrogen consumed equal the amount of nitrogen lost in urine, and in this case known as nitrogen balance. So we have 3 types of nitrogen balance status based on the consumption and excretion of nitrogen. Now, positive nitrogen balance, and negative nitrogen balance, and nitrogen balance. The last terminology in modern nutrition is nutrition value. Nutrition value defined as the amount of nutrient which a food consists of, and determined by using food analysis or food analysis table. Nutritive value is amount of nutrient from which the food is consist of, and can be determined by using food analysis or food analysis